In June of 1863, Robert E. Lee and the Confederate Army head north, hoping to bring about a quick end to the war. What he didn't know was the Army of the Potomac, headed by new commander General Meade, was following them into Pennsylvania. When Lee found out he had his 3 generals, their division met back together. And where they would all clash would be here in the town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. I'm here doing a full-blown tour of the battlefields of Gettysburg. This will just be one of about 8 or 9 videos total. This video is going to talk about the first day of battle, starting right here, the Seminary Ridge building behind us and the cupola. And we're in for a good one today. Let's go. So on the day before the first day of battle at Gettysburg would have been June 30th, 1863. A Union general by the name of John Buford, who, if you've seen the movie Gettysburg that came out in the 90s, John Buford was played by one of my favorite actors, Sam Elliott. But anyway, back to reality. John Buford would have rode to the town of Gettysburg on June 30th to scope out the town and get a good idea of what his plans were to be the first day of the battle at Gettysburg. So John Buford's riding in. Just imagine him riding in on his horse here. And he comes up to Seminary Ridge, right here, this building right here, which is now a museum. That's going to be a separate video in itself. But he winds up here and he sees this cupola at the top of the building. What he's gonna do is he's gonna go up there and scope out the fields of Gettysburg to just get an overall plan of what the first day of battle is going to look like. So from up there, he's gonna be able to see very far out, and directly behind us he's able to see here straight ahead. He would have seen the Confederate camps set up and just get a good overview of the lay of the land to come up with a plan for the first day of battle. Now this cupola that you're looking at, this is actually the exact same one. I think the original to the building that caught fire, burned down, they rebuilt it, but they rebuilt it before the Battle of Gettysburg. I believe that may have happened in the 1830s or 1840s, but by 1863, this exact cupola would have been the one that Buford stood at the top to get his view. And you could tour that. So we just toured Seminary Ridge Museum right here. It was $12 tickets. If you want to go to the top, it is a 30-minute tour. That's what they're doing right up above. We did not tour the top, but we did tour the museum. It was pretty cool. Go check out that video. So if you've ever seen the movie Gettysburg, one of my favorite movies, came out in the 90s, had so many big actors. One of the actors, Sam Elliott, plays John Buford, and honestly, a lot of it was filmed right here on the battlefields of Gettysburg. A lot of it was filmed right out here. Fun fact about Seminary Ridge, it was built in 1832, and for the most part, it's pretty much still the same thing, mostly original. All right, now let's get to talking about the first day of battle. So we're at July 1st, 1863. The Buford's cavalry would have been pretty much set up right here. Union soldiers would have arrived by then. John Buford would have been standing up top at the cupola there. And straight ahead this way, actually pretty much all parts. So to the left, straight ahead, to the right, behind us, would have been Confederate troops approaching the Union line directly behind me. And folks, pretty much straight ahead here where we're looking at, this is where the first day of battle would have taken place. Straight ahead, all in these open fields. Day 1 of Gettysburg. Now I know it's just an open field, but you have to just think about it and imagine July 1st, 1863, approximately 7:30 a.m. That's when the battle would have started, would have kicked off. I hope to find the exact spot where the first shot was taken here that morning. If I find it, I'll throw it in this video as well. But we're gonna go take a walk out into the fields and just explore the first day of battle here. Well, we're walking the battlefields, the first day of battle. I'm here with my brother. Say hi, Mike.
Hello.
Who also loves Gettysburg and the Battle of Gettysburg and the Civil War just as much as I do. But there's the Seminary Ridge and cupola behind us. But I was just telling him about the movie Gettysburg. If you've ever seen it, like I said, it has so many big actors. I love, what's his name? Daniels, who plays, Jeff Daniels, there we go, plays Dumb and Dumber, Jeff Daniels. He plays Joshua Chamberlain in their story out Little Round Top here, and that's probably my favorite scene. But anyway, the movie does such a good job, and they filmed all of it right here. I mean, day one of the battle took place right here. And the movie, they do such a good job, and they really show both sides, the Confederate side as well as the Union side. And they give you an understanding of both sides, what both sides were fighting for. It's a great movie, highly recommend it. And to go along with that, you might as well read Killer Angels, all about Battlefield of Gettysburg. Figured we'd run into something regarding the cupola, and here you go. Here's our man we were talking about, General John Buford. On the late morning of June 30th, Union General John Buford galloped into town with 3,000 cavalry. They established a camp here and prepared to defend the town of Gettysburg. So right now, if we were the Confederate soldiers, we would have been pushing this way. Union soldiers would have been set up, like I said, straight ahead. Would have been pushing this way. John Buford would have been watching the battle from top of that cupola right there. And directly behind that building, which we'll get to, is the town of Gettysburg. And by midday of the first day of battle, I mean, this photo that you're looking at here, this is exactly what the field in front of us would have looked like. So pretty much to sum it up, I mean, day one, the Confederates pretty much kicked some ass, right? So they kept pushing the Union line back, pushing them back, and eventually they pushed them into the town of Gettysburg, which I said is straight ahead where you're looking at here. And then the Confederates would have taken over the town of Gettysburg. This is really cool to see where the first day of battle would have taken place, right in front of us. Just imagine too, if you're John Buford, you're up standing at the top of the cupola and you're looking straight out this way as we are, and you know, the night before on June 30th, seeing an entire Confederate Army campsite, fires going, tents up, playing some banjos and whatnot. What's hard too is John Buford knew the first day of battle was coming here. He also knew it was going to be a shitstorm. Pardon my language, but he knew it was going to be a bloodbath the first day of battle. He knew they were going to come in. He did not like Meade's plan. He knew it was going to be a tough day for the Union Army right here. And it was. Wow, right next to the Seminary Ridge building, see the Crowth House right here. So a lot of the towns in Gettysburg have these plaques, as you'll see. It's a Civil War building. So this building right here as well saw the first day of battle. Listen to those church bells ring. It's perfect for this video. There's two more things I want to talk about and see here while we're at this Seminary Ridge location. I want to see behind the building where we would have seen Confederate troops pushing past and chasing the Union Army into the town of Gettysburg. Also, I want to just give you an idea of where John Reynolds, general on the Union side, was shot and killed on the first day of battle. We've made our way back to Seminary Ridge Museum today and the cupola right out there, and as you can see, this is what I was talking about. The Confederates would have came from all over, all directions that way, and then they would have pushed their way past, and straight ahead is the town of Gettysburg. At the end of the first day of battle, still here at Seminary Ridge, where we're standing, this whole field would have been filled with the dead, wounded, seriously wounded, anyone who pretty much fought on the first day of battle here. And like I said, we're still at Seminary Ridge. So what would have happened, this building right here would have turned into a field hospital. We toured that. There's going to be a video out on that that shows the inside. If you want to see that, stay tuned, or check out my playlist down below. But I don't know, I would think that building is pretty haunted if you ask me. Not that we're talking about ghosts on this channel or anything today, but there's a good chance. And lastly, I'll say in this video, John Reynolds, a general on the Union side, was shot from his horse and passed away, I think 2 days later, 2 days after. But he was mortally wounded in these fields, first day of battle. Well, everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this video. We're moving on to our next location here, so make sure to check out the full Gettysburg playlist down below. But for this video, we're signing off from the first day of battle directly behind me here at Gettysburg. Like and subscribe. We'll see y'all soon.